Because you are under oath.
Maybe an overdue parking ticket, but...
Have you ever been arrested before this case?
Never.
So explain this article to me from the Hartford Tribune. Merritt Rook, age 13, arrested for malicious mischief, trespassing, burglary, and arson. It says you burned down a house.
I object, Your Honor. I was a minor. That was expunged from my record.
You cannot expunge a newspaper or their internet archives.
This has nothing to do with this trial.
Malicious mischief. I'd say it has everything to do with this case. I'll allow it. So, Mr. Rook, you just lied to this jury when you said you'd never been in trouble with the law.
Well, I can explain.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
Where I grew up, there was this abandoned house. The older boys used it to get drunk and do drugs. They also raped a little girl there. She was 11. So I broke in. I set their clubhouse on fire, hoping that no more little children would get hurt.
If they were committing rape, why didn't you go to the police?
I did, but they didn't believe me.
Why am I not surprised?
Maybe because the son of the police chief was the ringleader. You know, you can check, and you'll find out that he's serving a prison term for raping 3 women. I had to stop them. I didn't know what else to do. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what evidence does Miss Novak have against me? A doctored photograph and a phone card that I bought and gave away as an act of charity. That's it. Now, I don't blame Detectives Benson and Stabler for arresting me or Miss Novak for putting me on trial. They're just following orders, like a sheep following a shepherd. But we're all in danger of being sheep, blindly following the herd, never questioning authority. It was the great American poet Wendell Berry who said it best when he was describing the perils of bowing at the altar of conformity. Your mind will be punched in a card and put away in a little drawer. And when they want you to buy something, they will call you. When they want you to die for profit, they will let you know. So, friends, each day, do something that won't compute. Miss Novak will stand up here and tell you I'm guilty. You must convict me. Don't be a sheep. Think for yourselves. Find the inner courage to act. Find me not guilty. Thank you.
That was actually a really pretty speech. And some of you are probably moved by it, and I'm not surprised. Because Merritt Rook, he's really good at convincing people to do things. Merritt Rook burned down a house when he was a kid, and he claims it was to protect children, and yet he's responsible for the molestation and terrible suffering of a teenage girl. Our evidence proves it. He impersonated a police officer. And right now, sitting in court, he's impersonating an innocent man. You are smart. Don't be fooled. Merritt Rook is guilty.
Has the jury reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
On the sole count of the indictment, the conspiracy to commit sexual abuse, how do you find the defendant?
Not guilty.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Quiet, Mr. Rook. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you are excused with our thanks.
Great job, Keith.
Back off.
Sorry. May I leave, Your Honor?
You may.
It's been fun.
Merritt Rook's quickly becoming a folk hero for his anti-authoritarian views. He joins us now fresh off his successful self-defense in court.
Where the hell have you been?
Got up a little late. I was up all night with the baby. Colic is a bitch.
You catch Morning Joe?
No?
Well, the caption recorded it. Merrick Rook's on.
You gotta see this.
Hey, thanks a lot for being with us.
Great to be here, Joe.
I'm going to start by asking you the obvious question. What's with the sheep?
You mean Elliot here? You gotta admit, Elliot's pretty damn cute.
Oh, you gotta be
Pretty
kidding
cute.
me.
And also, I have to admit, you've inspired an awful lot of people by what you did in court.
Well, I believe we should stop acting like Elliot here and start questioning authority. I believe this button says it all.
Ah, no sheep. I like it. And so let me ask you, what's next for you, your sheep, and your social revolution?
Well, my supporters are putting together a rally.
Let me guess. Sheep.
Stop.
Actually,
Stop.
Bryant Park.
This guy can't stop himself.
So let's go crash his party.
Listen up, listen up. We are here to celebrate the unexpected. We refuse to conform. We embrace chaos. We are not sheep.
Pillows?
Is everybody having fun? Who wants to get back to work? All right.
You could arrest Merritt for littering.
Yeah, and give him more attention. A couple hundred idiots want to spend their afternoon having a pillow fight. Let them.
You got Merritt all wrong.
You think he's innocent?
No, he made those calls, but it was never about sex.
What was it about then?
The danger of obedience. If you don't question authority, you lose your humanity.
So terrorizing those girls at the Happy Burger to push his agenda's okay, huh?
I don't condone what he did, but I understand where he's coming from. I'm a child of the 60s. We thought that LSD and free love was going to change the world. I spoke to Merritt today. He just wants to wake people up.
With pillow fights.
Well, we helped end the Vietnam War with sit-ins.
And what war exactly is Merritt fighting here? The battle against fast foods?
That's nothing. You should hear his tirade against managed care.
So he has a problem with his HMO. Who doesn't?
Olivia, his wife died in childbirth, and the baby, too.
Was it medical malpractice?
Well, Merritt thinks so.
Then why didn't he sue? I checked during his trial. He's never filed any lawsuits.
A guy who doesn't think twice about making people suffer is going to let the doctor who killed his family off the hook? No way.
Dr. Slifkin? Oh, he's dead.
When?
A couple of years ago.
How did he die?
Freaky car accident. T-boned a semi. Trailer took off the roof on the doc's head. I think he had one too many, but the official word was brake failure.
Come on over here. Did you remember one of his patients, Juliet Rook?
Oh, that was so sad.
What happened?
18 hours of heavy labor, and the husband insisted on a C-section. But Dr. Slifkin thought he knew better than a first-time dad.
So he blew Mr. Rook off.
Yeah, and then things went bad. Juliet had a placental abruption, and Dr. Slifkin missed it. She bled out, and the baby, too.
Pretty big mistake.
Yeah, it was horrible. Mr. Rook lost it. Said he'd killed Dr. Slifkin. We had to call security to escort him out. I got to run. Premature labor on the way.
Want to know why Merritt has authority?
Do you buy that Dr. Slifkin's car had brake failure?
Well, Merritt's an engineer. He'd know how to sabotage it.
Unless the doctor was just drunk.
Crash with a semi?